No, it's not. It's not. International law, it's not.
It's not.
Would you like to sit outside
That's right, yes,
the gate trespassing?
Well, also we've got the right to trespass.
You haven't
got the right to trespass.
Okay, when we think there's potentially offence being committed.
There's no offence being committed.
What offence?
Have you read the notices?
Well, yeah, but also we need to check that and make sure nobody's trading, using the gym, etc.
What better way to protest? You define protest.
You've got to understand.
Define protest.
Right, you know, we're in difficult times, aren't we?
We're in difficult times.
Yeah. We've all got to do our bit. It's all. I know it's not nice for everybody.
I've done a risk assessment, mate.
Okay, but we've got a duty to do that and make sure that there isn't. Likewise, you know, understand. You know,
under United Nations law, and you working under English law, right? You are, right?
English jurisdiction.
United Nations law says COVID-19 can't be used as an excuse to clamp down on fundamental freedoms.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's what we exercise.
In protest.
In protest.
That,
would you? Right. Okay. So, Christoph Heinz, the world leading expert on human rights, has said that.
I
don't want to be discussion with you. Okay. So English laws down here, universal laws over here.
No, what you're doing is human rights, okay? Yeah. Certain human rights is a qualified right, okay?
Under 1998, not international universal rights.
We can breach those laws if
not
we deem it necessary.
No, you can't. You can't breach our laws.
Again, like I said, I'm not going to argue with it, alright? I'm just going to check, make sure I can see in there, there's nobody's training, alright?
It doesn't matter what they're doing.
That's all we need, alright?
But it's a protest.
It's ongoing peaceful protest, like you say, if you read that, yeah?
A peaceful protest, it's not much of a protest if you're indoors, is it?
Well, no, a protest,
right, let's have a look.
Yeah?
A protest can be indoors, outdoors or online.
Online.
I'll actually go and show you it, so you're aware. I've got it in the car because I need to show somebody else it. This is United Nations law. It was brought in for Black Lives Matter, right? In July 2020 after the first lockdown.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter, a lot of the police, I'm not saying you did, kneeled for Black Lives Matter as they tore our monuments down and set fire to buildings.
Yep.
And they were classed as peaceful protesters. How do you define lawful peaceful protest? The UN Human Rights Committee has a clear answer. People have the right to demonstrate peacefully and governments should respect international law and let them do so, senior UN rights experts said. Committee's member whose 18 experts monitor how countries implement the international covenant. Governments should not collect personal data or to harass, intimidate participants, which is you trying to do.
Do you get why we're here though?
I do. Listen. Fundamental human rights. Committee member Christoph Heinz said it was a fundamental human right for people to gather, to celebrate, to air grievances in public, private spaces, outdoors, indoors and online. Everyone, including children, foreign nationals, women, migrant workers, asylum seekers and refugees can exercise the right to peaceful assembly. And the last one. The coronavirus pandemic should not be used as an excuse to clamp down on fundamental freedoms. The UN Human Rights Office.
Right. Do you understand about human rights? Everybody
has human
rights. Everybody born with rights right. And they die with rights.
But what it also means, right, if people
I'm not talking about
breaking the law, okay, that right can be removed, it can be taken away. It's a qualified right on certain rights.
Qualified on the 1998 Human Rights Act, not under international law. I've just showed you.
But what I'm saying, those are people's rights. If they break in the law to get those rights, then that doesn't.
But what law's getting broken then?
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is why we've come.
Yeah,
right?
But what? Even if people were training, even if people were training, what law is getting broken?
There's a gathering indoors.
Yes, but it's a protest.
No, that's under English legislation. I'll challenge that to UN court.
Well, that's what we're here to do. Is
and I'm showing you, and under your sorry.
In your peaceful protest, how is that just happening indoors? There, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
You're saying
you define you define to me what you think a peaceful protest is.
What's the purpose?
It's people not getting out because we're against lockdown measures.
So how are you getting your message across?
Because I put it on Facebook, mate.
Right. So
Facebook, everybody who comes
my Jim and article is exactly the same.
Everybody who comes in to protest puts it on Facebook what they're protesting for.
I communicate with the police in Hartlepool, with the council in Hartlepool.
So the community protesters, are they using the equipment?
Listen, it doesn't matter if they are using the equipment.
Well, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
You go on a protest march, you march. Yeah, if you go for a protest sit-in, what do? You sit down. What better way to protest?
No. At the end of the
do
day,
something you told
you can't define what protest is. It's a peaceful assembly, which you said there. I can gather to air grievances. Or
dispute with that. But if we gather,
so have you got any members of the public in there now?
Yeah, there's members of the public in there.
Yeah.
How many people are in there?
2.
Three.
3 other people.
3 other people.
So can we have a
No.
No.
They're peacefully protesting. They don't always have any response to the police. I'll give you this. What are you doing in here?
Peaceful protesters, sir!
There you go.
There you go.
Would you like to get your name, sir?
No, I'm not entering any conversation with you.
He's got his camera on.
I've just showed you. I've just showed you there on there that I don't have to give you my details. Government should not collect personal data or harass people.
I'm not harassing. I'm just trying to establish.
But I don't need to give you any details. Police,
I'm not
the
saying you did,
local police know what we're doing.
We're investigating an alleged crime.
There's no crime in it.
Obviously, somebody's phoned up somewhere.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's no crime.
Exactly.
There's no crime whatsoever.
Well, how come you can give fines out, though?
Who can give fines out?
Who can give fines?
We can report people and fines are given out for those laws that have been broken. We can show you the laws that are there on paper.
English legislation.
English legislation.
This is for people to challenge.
Yeah.
That's what human rights are
But
about.
things get done initially, so if we deem it's there, we can give out the fine, and then you challenge it afterwards. You don't challenge it at the beginning of the investigation.
Well, I'm just showing you what we're abiding by.
Yeah,
If you wish to give a fine out, do it. But I will civilly prosecute anybody that tries to fine me for standing up for my rights.
Okay, officers. Right. Thank you very much,